I hope you don't notice that I'm peeing my pants.
Hey, good morning, family. It is super early. We are here at the Delta Sky Lounge waiting for our plane ride to Omaha. But first, we're going to have a little bit of breakfast. Of course, I brought my Redmond salt, and we've got a couple of sausage patties, a cheese omelet, and some cream cheese. Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are
Two Crazy Ketos. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics. And every Monday, we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com. And that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time I have a giant zit on my chin, weirdly, you'll be alerted to it.
We're getting bold doing this in an airport.
We are obviously aging backwards because I'm like 13 right here. Like, what is happening right now?
So we're in Fort Lauderdale Airport getting ready to board our plane to go to Omaha or Hard to Kill Summit.
I am so stinking excited, and I've got to give a shout out here at 4:50 in the morning to my amazing husband who has allowed me to take his upgrade to first class. First time ever riding in first class.
Never been in first class.
Usually I'm in the cargo hold.
So yeah, I got bumped up to first class. They had like 5 seats left, and we were like 5 and 6 on the upgrade. So I told the guy, let her have it. I'll stay in comfort plus.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I don't know what to expect. I'm expecting like ball gowns and fancy dinnerware and glass things to drink out of. Is that the accurate thing?
So we're super excited. We're going to Hard to Kill. It's Thursday. We're going up early, and Rachel actually has an appointment with Dr. Jamie Seaman to get a checkup. So super excited that we can go to a keto OB.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm going to get my lady parts checked by somebody in the keto community. Really excited about this. It's going to be awkward, probably a little bit, but I'm glad that somebody understands what I'm eating.
How cool is this? This is a brand new car.
It's got 80 miles on it.
Like
Love Avis.
Actual new car smell going on. There is like protective wrap.
It's still got the wrappers on
around the seatbelts. I may be the first person buckling my seatbelt in my car. Hopefully not the last.
It still has the airbag stickers in it. So
I feel fancy.
Actually, I think there's still plastic covering the radio.
Don't pull that off.
Well,
don't you dare pull that off. No.
I want that satisfying feeling. Well, it's part of renting. It does right now. It will absolutely come off before the end of this trip. Welcome to Omaha.
Yes.
I think it is hotter and more humid here than it is in Florida.
I feel good.
It is sticky.
I am warming up though because I was pretty cold on the plane.
I wore a sweatshirt on a plane.
I wore a light jacket, but it was a little too light. But I think it was coupled with the fact that it was such an early morning plane flight. Do you get cold first thing in the morning? I get really cold when it's early.
All I know is our suitcases, like as
wet.
we're walking, they're wet, but it's not rain. It's the humidity.
Yeah.
I can't wait to text Miriam right now and go, hey, if you thought the humidity in Florida was bad, because she was talking about it on a live stream yesterday.
We got some.
She was like, hey, humidity. I'm like, yeah, this one is up there. We're going to go find Dr. Seaman's office.
Okay, so we made it safely to the beautiful Airbnb where we're staying. It's actually next door to the one we stayed last year in. And it's
the same building.
It's the same building. It's just flipped in its layout, and it's really beautiful. Take a look at all of these amenities. I just like walking through an Airbnb. I like seeing where people stay. Seems like every single bedroom has its own bathroom, which is really nice. I wish we had that at home, don't you, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So we've got bedrooms, nice closets. Here's another bedroom. I think this is probably the master, just based on the size of the bed and the size of the bathroom. Look at this. One day I'm gonna have a closet that's big enough to put a chair in.
And that closet will belong to me.
You think so?
Yes.
So here is the kitchen where all of the magic happens. Let's be honest, okay? Steve is here. He's gonna be cooking up some steaks this week. He makes incredible breakfast, not to take away from Joe's breakfast, but I do like getting treated to some Steve cooking. I really love this couch color. Let us know in the comments, do you like couches that have like a bright, vivid color? I like it. I think it adds a splash of color to the room, which is really nice. Okay, so they have a beautiful deck outside, and I may actually sit out there this afternoon. There's a little bit of breeze that's around, and it's cooling down a little bit. We were anticipating it being like 99 degrees and above today based on the weather forecast, but I think it's cooling off a little bit, so it's really nice outside. And let me take you downstairs because there's more bedrooms. And usually Joe and I like to go downstairs where we can get the coolest spot in the house. So down here, we're taking advantage of the fact that they have a basement. I just love hanging out in a basement because we have no basements in Florida, right? Because we're already below sea level. So they have a nice family room here. There is a bedroom here. I think we'll just take this one. That has a nice shower with it. They have another bathroom here that goes with this bedroom. So everybody pretty much has their own bathroom, which is pretty awesome. Well, we just got done with our live stream. We had so much fun. It was weird having it early, but it was fun. We had a really good time. And now we're just waiting for Chris and Miriam and Holly and Steve to get their rental car from the airport and get over here. And then we're going to figure out, what are we going to eat?
We need a personal videographer.
Yeah, because
we need someone that's just going to follow us around.
Once the meat appears, I shut out everything else. So last night we went to Texas de Brazil, and it was lovely and wonderful. And we ate all the cuts of meat.
And didn't pull out the camera.
No, not one bit of it is recorded.
We were super excited to find out that they actually have a Texas de Brazil here, because the last year when we were here, they did not have one. They recently opened one here, because last year we actually drove all the way over to Lincoln to go to Rodizio Grill.
Which was lovely.
Which was really good. So last night we went out there. We have our 50% off coupons, which, guys, I'm telling you, next year.
When it comes out.
When the VIP pass comes out, which is usually like March, go get one if you've got Texas de Brazil, because you can use them anywhere in the country. And we need to be sponsored by Texas de Brazil, right? Because it was like $60. You get 12 meals and 50% off. And considering one meal is $60 or $50 normally, that's a huge savings. So anyway, it was a great night. We're here now at the Relevant Center. Super excited. This is our 4th summit here in Omaha.
What a privilege to be here.
Third, right? 2020, 21, 22. No, four. So I'm super excited about this one. Hard to Kill Summit now. Tomorrow we're speaking. We've got a little booth. We're going to do a live stream from here.
Yes.
Right now we're going to walk around and see everybody that's here.
Hey guys, well, it is the first day of the Hard to Kill Summit here in Omaha. I walked through the door, and here is semi-retired Bob. So excited to finally meet you in person. Is this your first conference that you're coming to in person?
Yes, it is.
What was the reason why you wanted to attend this one? Was it because of proximity to your house?
Because of proximity to my house. I actually wanted to come last year, but I thought I was already going to be traveling south. I ended up getting delayed, and do you have any idea how frustrating it is to be sitting 2.5 miles from where Dr. Barry's speaking, and not being able to get a ticket to see him and you guys and everybody else? So I had to come this year, even though other people aren't here. You guys are here. That makes it all worthwhile.
Yay! Now tell me, what do you think? Because you actually had a meetup yesterday where you started to meet up with like some subscribers, just get together and visit and see people in person. What do you see? I mean, this is the first day of it. I'll have to ask you again after this is all over. But what do you see already as is a benefit of meeting face to face in person?
It's really good to connect with people who I've seen them in my comments a lot. And the one guy that was there for the entire time, Uncle Big Guy, who drove up from Kansas, just an amazing guy. He's got an amazing story, and to hear their stories in person, you can't really get a full feel with them typing out comments what their story's like, but to hear them talking about how I've influenced it. Really? Me? I've influenced your life?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with that.
Wow.
And I'm still kind of learning how to deal with that. I don't know. But it feels kind of good, and it's kind of scary at the same time, because I've got people counting on me. What in the world's that about?
So as you think about that, how do you believe that that's going to help you in your everyday to stay resolved to this way of eating and continuing to pursue more goals for your personal life?
I have to keep pressing on, knowing that there's somebody out there that might need to hear this message, because that's really what I'm about. I suffered for 40 years with bad health, slowly getting worse and worse. And now that I've had such great results with this way of life, I want everybody to at least know it's available.
Yes.
And if I can reach one person and keep them from having to suffer for 40 years like I did, then it was a day well spent.
That is awesome. Well, Bob, thank you for reaching us and for challenging us every single day to get our movement in, because as much as I think that sometimes we're good at like eating the right stuff, sometimes the pursuit of movement is still a challenge that we have to work through here. And every single day you challenge me to get better in my own life. And I really appreciate you for that. What have you got there, sir?
Okay, so this is a burnt ends pizza.
Ooh.
So they're here every year. Their crust is a keto crust. Last year we were wearing a CGM and didn't affect it at all. And the only problem with this is if you don't like Vital Wheat gluten, I think they use Vital Wheat gluten. Now, for the most part, we don't consume it, but every once in a blue moon, I'm fine with it. I just would not have Vital Wheat gluten every single day. But I got the burnt ends one because burnt ends. Really good. Onions too. Like, do you like barbecue with onions? Because I love barbecue with onions. You know, you get like the G Who's barbecue sauce and then onions and some pork ribs, and it's like eating a McRib sandwich. Then I get this, and I don't know why we don't do this more. I like pizza bowls. So this is a meat lover's pizza, but no crust. So basically what they do is they take all the meat, and I never thought about it doing it this way. I always take the cheese and make the cheese the crust, right? Like you take mozzarella cheese, whatever, you put it on the bottom, you crisp it up, and you put everything on top. But why not put the meat on first, then do cheese, then do more meat, and then maybe a little bit of sauce, and then like the meat becomes the crust. But you know, I'm never going to turn down meat and cheese. What's been your favorite part so far?
I think I've really enjoyed today. This has been a great first day of this conference. And a lot of it has been centered around being proactive, of getting in touch with your body and what is going on the inside of you. It began today with Tara talking about your relationship with your body, listening to Mike talk about starting to be proactive, even about taking cold showers and being in hot saunas and things where you are experimenting with yourself and seeing what kind of results you get.
So this is funny. So we're at a conference. You got all of these amazing professionals. My favorite part of the day was the conversation we just had with Robert's mom.
From Keto Break.
From Keto Break. So here's the thing. We talk about coming to the conferences is great. You get to hear from speakers and you get to talk to them and you learn stuff.
So much.
But for me, a lot of coming to a conference is about community, building relationships for not just learning, but just everyday relationships. And we just had like this long conversation with Robert's mom about integrity and
Doing things right.
Things that she did with her boys as they were growing up. And you realize why Robert is the way he is, in a good way.
Yeah.
And it just really, I don't know. It just taught me in that 10-minute conversation, like I learned a lot of things about like looking inward to myself. So it's funny. You talk about like reading yourself and looking inward and just like in every way. Like she was even talking about that, and it had nothing to do with our health, but just looking inward for everything about your life.
Well, I mean, you have to be inquisitive about you. Part of loving yourself is being interested in yourself. You think about when you're trying to date somebody, right? You're building that relationship, and you're learning about them. And for us, a lot of times we try to accomplish goals without being in touch with our thoughts, trying things new, kind of taking like an inward reflection of like, what's going on? How do you feel about that body? Like having a conversation with ourselves. And it's important.
The other thing about Robert's mom is this is a woman who's retired, but has taken back her health and like is going to adventure, and really reminds me that like we're not too old to do things. So she talked to me about getting certified for scuba diving.
Yeah.
They're going to basically boat around the world.
It's exciting.
Like sail around the world.
Once we are able to have better health and enjoy better health and the stability of that, and I understand that like it took a minute for us to even start living beyond the couch, because we had always lived in a cycle of, you gain some, weight loss, but how long am I going to hold on to that?
Right.
And so now that we've not only lost weight, but we've maintained our health and it continues to improve year after year, it's very reasonable now to begin venturing out and living that life. And I think that is something that's so exciting. And I am reminded of that with everybody that I'm running into today. Like all of the people that I've had conversations with have talked about, what are they doing that's new? Not just the food on their plate, but what is the adventure that they're starting to discover in their life. Okay, so we are here at the VIP dinner for the Hard to Kill Summit, and let me tell you, the food is flipping amazing here. We're gonna start off with brisket, because that's always where you want to start, is brisket. You do not miss the certified Piedmontese table. We were blown away last year by their offerings, and I'm really excited to try the meat today. Okay, so I am drinking a lot of these today because they're available and I love them.
And they're free.
And they're free today. So we do have a link for Good Idea if you'd like to try it. We'll leave a link down below. The coupon code is 2krazyketos if you want to give it a try, but it just has a very calming effect on me. So I really enjoy the Good Idea drinks. Let's head over to Redmond and make ourselves a poke bowl. See, this is the most fun thing, I think, about coming to this, and it's the poke bowl. So look, they've got cauliflower rice, they have ahi tuna, they've got kimchi, they have edamame, pickled cucumbers, all kinds of toppings, ginger, and you really can make yourself a delicious bowl. And I think that is fun for entertaining. A lot of people, if you're wanting to replace like taco night, or you still want to have something fun at the baby shower or wedding shower, this is a really fun station to have. Okay, so this is my favorite food, which is shrimpies. And look at the size of these guys. Absolutely enormous, colossal shrimp. They also have a keto-friendly cocktail sauce made, and they have like a chicken satay on like skewers with some homemade tzatziki dip. Well, we are back, Casey's. This is the scene of the kombucha incident. We're gonna stop and get ourselves a drink on the way home because I'm still kind of thirsty, but yeah. This is the place where we're getting a drink, Joe? Good morning. It's a Celsius kind of morning today. I did sleep really well last night, but we've got a long day. I'm really excited about it. It's day 2 of the Hard to Kill Summit here in Omaha. And I mean, we've got a lot of speakers to be able to listen to today. I'm really excited. Yesterday was fantastic. And today I think is just going to be even better.
So it is 7 o'clock. We're actually running late. We need to get over to the Velvet Center, but we're waiting for food.
Breakfast.
Steve is in there cooking breakfast, and I think that's the thing that wakes you up in the morning when you're staying with everybody is
The
like
smell of
bacon.
Bacon in the morning.
And Holly actually already made jalapeno poppers.
She is awesome. She prepped all the jalapeno poppers at 5 a.m. this morning because after the conference, we're going to come back and eat. And so we're going to have some jalapeno poppers tonight. I actually smuggled out some deviled eggs from the deviled egg company that's here. They're incredible.
They're so good.
So we're going to have this today too.
Unfortunately, they ran out of the ones that I think you really wanted, which was the crab rangoon ones. But we got like jalapeno and cheese. There's like a chicken bacon ranch one, like really good ones.
Super delicious.
Now tomorrow morning, we've got to leave for the airport at 4 a.m. I don't know what's up with our early flights.
You know what, though? We get home in time to still have a conversation with our kids, which is really nice. And we're going to be taping Keto Beyond the Couch tomorrow. So we need to get home at a good time.
So for breakfast, we're going to have some sausage, bacon, eggs, and a jalapeno popper. We're going to go get some IV solutions.
I'm so excited. We did this last year. It is a weird sensation. It literally feels when it starts like you're going to pee your pants.
So we're actually not doing what we did last year. Last year we got the quick push, and this year we actually are going to get a full IV with immunity booster and the vitamin B. So I was talking to Dr. Seaman's husband, Ben, and he was like, what do you want to get? And I'm like, we have a lot of travel coming up. We have this. Next week we have Orlando. Then we're going away to Utah for a week. So he was like, we're going to give you the full shebang. So it's going to be like a half a liter or a liter of fluids. Take about 20 minutes, but I'm super, super excited because, you know, anything that's going to really help you increase your fluids, give you some immunity booster, like I'm all for it.
I'm ready. So excited about this. I've been looking forward to it.
How you doing over there?
So good. Really excited to like just have this. And thankfully my veins finally worked. Like I do have tiny veins in there like, no, let's play hide and seek. Always. So I'm really glad that we were able to get it working. It's because you have awesomeness over here.
Are you ready for this one? Here's your favorite part.
This is like, it makes it feel like you're gonna pee your pants.
Now, what is in this? Vitamin B?
It's a lot of B complex vitamins and some other really good stuff.
Okay, you feel it in the back of your throat. So the IV, you're very like cold, and then all of a sudden now I'm feeling more. Oh my gosh, okay, it's awkward now because I feel like I'm peeing my pants, but I'm not. But you're also surrounded by people, so you're like, I hope they don't notice that I'm peeing my pants. Okay, now it's your turn.
I am so cold right now. I can feel the cold going up my arm.
You're gonna feel like it just warms you up. It's like an internal heating blanket. Your arm is actually like cold to the touch.
Ooh, here comes the cold part.
The weirdest is like you can taste it in your throat.
Not yet.
Not yet, but you know instantly when it comes.
Oh, I feel it going in. I taste Flintstone vitamin.
It does. It's like a Flintstone vitamin.
What are you doing?
I am putting my flip-flops on for a little bit. I have my pretty heels for us to walk on stage, but I'm like trying to preserve my feet and my toes for when we talk. It's lunchtime now, and people are really enjoying the Cops, I guess it's called.
Yeah.
Pizza. You got the burnt-end pizza again.
Yeah.
It looks like.
It's really good. I mean, again, it is Vital Wheat gluten, but I eat it once a year, and I've never had any issues with it. So if you don't have a gluten issue, it's not bad, but it's just not something that you should have like every single day, but as a little bit of a treat once in a while. You know, again, 90% is good enough.
Well, it's funny that you bring that up because I was just watching the men's panel after Dr. Sivas spoke, which he did an excellent job today, as always. But the men's panel was talking about what are some of like their pet peeves with some of the questions. Like, what are some of the things that you're seeing, you know, not talked about enough in this keto space, carnivore space? What's talked about too much? And the overall consensus of the doctors on the panel where we're getting to like ticky-tack about
majoring in the minors and minoring in the majors.
Yeah.
And so changing and overhauling your life and making sure that you are consistently incorporating a keto carnivore diet, that is a lot. That is huge. What does consistency look like? It looks like doing the same thing and deciding this is my life for the rest of my life. Trying to figure out, like Joe says, picking pepper out of poop. This little ticky-tack stuff, like, oh, I shouldn't come in contact with pepper if I'm carnivore, or I shouldn't have this particular thing. Like, I could never have fermented, food if I'm carnivore. Some of these little ticky-tack things are like driving the carnivore doctors crazy, because it's so important to focus on what's most important, and that is the majority of your food being meat.
You're in a good mood.
That's because it finally feel good.
Huh?
Where are you going?
It is sunny outside, and I'm gonna get a little bit of sun since it's lunchtime. Well, what do you think? We're done. Can we get a picture with our poster? How fun is this? I hate leaving this here. I love our picture. We ate chicken wings.
I don't see them.
They're here. They're in here. What a nice night.
Yeah.
It was just a good night to get to like visit.
Heather's hiding.
You're right. Just a good time. Like, Omaha is really special, and I look forward to all year long because I get to see Heather and Phil. So it's just good to like reconnect. I love, Steve was bringing up tonight, like, no matter where you go, you find kind people, and you're reminded of that. Like, there's kind people around you, and I like bringing that back home, because sometimes you get aggravated in your own space, right? You have no patience anymore for the traffic every day on the way to work, and I need to remind myself, okay, well, if there's kind people everywhere, there's kind people that I'm bumping into on a regular basis. Good morning. Or is it like an extension of good evening? I'm not sure. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and we sort of took a nap.
Sort of.
Before we got here, and we're actually gonna bring...
Rachel, you pack a lot.
I've multiplied since I got here. No, we're gonna take a couple of bags for Keto Chow, because they're coming for the Orlando Summit
In 3 days.
in just a couple of days, and so we're hoping that they won't have to, bring as much if we can take some things off their hands, because we're headed to the same place. So we came a little bit earlier to the airport because I want to make sure that we're still on time. Oh Lord, my hair. What? You let me go out like this?
So I'm super tired. So we went to bed last night, probably around 11:30 by the time we packed everything up. Rachel was trying to step, and I'm like, let's just try to take a little nap, because we have to go home and do keto be on the couch.
Right.
But it was like one of those, like, okay, I can't fall asleep. And then you would fall asleep, but then you wake up 30 minutes later to look at the watch because you're afraid you're going to oversleep. And that was from about 12:30 a.m. to about 3 a.m. And then it's like, okay, at this point, I'm just up.
Tonight, I am looking forward to getting some actual, like, sleep, because I think that that's really important to get some restorative sleep
definitely
tonight.
need some restorative sleep. But yeah, so overall, though, great conference. We're
so
gonna
good.
Bring this stuff in. Rachel always gets like super searched when we come to Omaha. so we need the extra time. You made it through.
What is this? Could you surf that? What's going on there? Yeah, I didn't get stopped.
That's 6 flights in a row.
Yay! I'm so excited.
Normally, one of us gets stopped either with the, hey, we need to do an extra like ID check, or our bags. I have found that we don't have a lot of problems with luggage going through, like TSA. Sometimes a keto brick
I'm so sorry.
will set off the thing like, we need to check your bag, because it looks like a brick, but it's random. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. But we've never had problems. If you ever have a question about this, we never have had problems taking Keto Chow, Redmond
Attention
Relight.
passengers, do not leave baggage unattended. Unattended baggage will be confiscated.
Rachel learned that once.
I did.
So we've never had a problem with that. The only thing I would say is, like, if you have something like Keto Chow, don't bring an open bag and put it through in your carry-on. Like if you have pouches that are not open, we've never had a problem with that.
But I can see why they would check a keto brick, because it's like, why are you bringing a brick on the plane?
Yeah. So, but other than that, we've never had any issues. So we're here early. It's like 4:40. Our flight starts boarding at 5:50. But we just wanted to make sure we got here. Like, fortunately, I mean, we did have Sky Priority to not have to like wait on that long line, so Rachel was able to hide her face. But if we didn't have that,
2 more seats on the exit row available if anyone is interested in an exit row seat. Please come see us at podium A7 if you're able to assist in case of an emergency.
but if we didn't have that, it would have been a long line. I did want to say one thing: importance of sleep. Anytime I don't get good sleep, like last night, like every half hour to an hour waking up, only 3 or 4 hours, my allergies start hitting me. It's because I didn't get the rest. So like, I don't think I'm gonna have a full-blown allergy attack today, but right now I am sneezing and that kind of stuff, and I know it's just because I didn't get enough sleep. So we got our steps in.
Yes, oh my goodness. So Detroit, we've never been to Detroit Airport before, and it was a pretty long journey from our last flight to our connected flight.
We were at like the last gate on Concourse B, and we're at like the last gate on Concourse A.
Yeah.
Which sounds close, but you had to go down, up, around, back up. I mean, it was a long walk, and we literally got off the plane. We just got here, and they just started calling boarding. So we made it. Now we're gonna go home. You look tired.
I look like a mess, but we're home. I'm really thankful. It is 1:21, and now we are waiting for our lift. And I'm ready to get home. Honestly, what I want to do is go and float around in the pool, but I think we should probably tape Keto Bee on the couch first.
Are you seriously eating the dog treats?
These are not the dog treats. This is beef brisket.
Oh, it's beef brisket.
I already finished all the dog treats.
Nice.
I ate all of those. Having a little brisket. These are freaking delicious, but I always add a little bit more salt. I can never have too much salt.
There's never enough salt. Even when I make my own.
Add a little bit of salt.
Uh-oh. Almost forgot to put the lid on.
Put your top on.
Even when I make my own, I put a lot of salt when I cook them, and I still feel like it needs more salt. So when I take them out, I'll sometimes even throw salt in the bag.
I like the fatty part.
And then what I'll do is when I decide, okay, I'm gonna have that bag of meat chips, I open it up and dump a whole bunch more salt on it because the salt makes it sweet.
It really does.
I really like it that way.
They're good.
Yeah.
And I was unpacking so that we could pack again. And so this was the one bag that didn't get eaten on the trip. So now it is getting eaten at home.
So it is Monday, and we got home yesterday.
We slept.
And pretty much went to sleep. We actually got home. We filmed Keto Bee on the couch, and then we went to sleep.
That's right.
And I got sick. So I woke up this morning, and I was like, oh my gosh, my throat hurts. I felt the chills coming on yesterday. And I was like, maybe it's just because I'm overtired. And I felt the chills coming on. I don't feel like I have it now, but I was really muscle achy and all that stuff.
I think you're just exhausted.
But I definitely have a little bit of a cold. But I think it's starting to go away. But I woke up this morning like, oh, like, honey, you got to pray for me. Because, like, I just don't feel good. And I had to go cut the church with Anthony. So we got through all that. I did take an ibuprofen just to kind of get rid of the chills and the muscle achiness and stuff. But that was early this morning, and so, I mean, my nose is a little runny, but I don't have the chills that I had.
A million times better.
Yeah. So I'm having a little bit of pina colada relight because Redmond was at the Omaha Summit, at Hard to Kill Summit.
It was a delicious weekend.
I grabbed some of this because I didn't have any, and I really, really like the pina colada one. And for us here in Florida, I like the sticks better.
Me too.
Honestly, it costs more money to buy the sticks than it does to buy the tubs. But
humidity
with our
here, though.
humidity, I was explaining to them there, they're like, I wish we could figure out what to do. And I'm like, for the average person,
it's fine to have the container.
who is using Redmond, even in humidity like Florida, I think that
the tubs are fine because it's not like you open it up and it turns to a rock overnight. But what happens with me is I go through phases. Like I've got like, you know, every single flavor, and I'm like, today I want this and tomorrow I want that. And so it may take me 3 months to go through a tub when I open it, because I'll do that. I'll grab an element. I'll use Keto Chow electrolyte drops. So by the time I go through that whole tub, it could be 60 or 90 days. Whereas I think the average person is going to get a tub.
One flavor.
They're going to use that maybe no more than 2 months, because maybe they'll change it out, but that's just not how I am. So I think for most people, the tub is good. But for us, because of our humidity, the sticks just seem to work out better for us. Final thoughts on the summit?
Please don't spray me with water. It was awesome. Definitely my takeaway from all of this was don't be perfect. Don't be so fixated on being perfect that like you miss enjoying your life.
Yeah.
That you miss being around other people, because if you're always cultivating that it has to be perfect, it's going to be hard for you to even socialize with other people.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to necessarily have your standard. They may do things differently. They may have even different standards for going out and socializing, right? And I think it just makes an obstacle to community. And that is the opposite of what we need. We need to come together. We need to socialize. We need to visit and have friendships and relationships. And I think that it's important to just like keep what's important in mind.
Yeah. You know, it comes back to with being perfect. People are like, when should I start? Well, I'm going to wait for, it's got to be a Monday on the first day of the month, in the first, you know, in a leap year. No, the best time to start is now. Like everything is never going to align perfectly. And it's the same thing, you know, people are like, well, when I get my diet just right is when I'm going to, it's never going to be just right. There's always going to be circumstances. For me, I learned I really like that vitamin push.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I have like a bruise on my hand right now, but
I really like that.
I think about, as much as you not feeling 100%
Oh, without
today,
that, I don't know where I'd be right now.
I feel like you'd be in a really hot mess if you hadn't gotten that.
Now, all kidding aside, no, for me, the Omaha Summit always reinforces community. I mean, just the way we were able to sit around last night, hang out with Bob, hang out with Heather and Phil, with, you know, Chris and Miriam and Steve and Holly.
And Sarah.
Talking to people, like, at the summit. I just love community.
Me too.
And when you go to the Omaha Summit or any of the smaller keto events, you really get that sense of we are a community, and community is really important. If you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you check out our most recent videos I'm going to put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time we get back from a trip, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.